Okay, so I want to show you today how to do invisible joint. Here I've done the bead crochet for a bracelet. You need to find first the end where you started. Okay, so here's the end we started. I use a needle, like one big eye needle, so it's easy to insert. So I will run the end into the bead crochet. So when you run, do not go through any of the beads. It is very important because if you go through the beads, it can distort the rope. So I'll go, and don't pull too tight, so you should be able to see all the stitches. Okay, I'll run again, but again, do not go through the beads. Okay, so I pull a little bit so I make sure it's not distorted. Okay, and I cut it. Okay, so I don't need it. So from the other end, what is important, you have to leave some amount like 10-12 inches of thread, so you will be working with it later. So at the other end, I want to show you, you need to identify the last bead you crocheted into. That's why I undid my last bead, so it's easier to find that last bead. So here's the last bead. So over here, it's like light blue, and I'm crocheting with, I'm making a slip, the last slip stitch. Okay, so, and I yarn over and I pull through, and that's my last one. Okay, so, and I pull the thread completely. Okay, so here's the thread. So I will use the same needle because it's easy to insert the thread into it. Okay, so what you need to do now is to insert the thread back into the work. I don't go too far. Again, you do not go through any of the beads. Okay, I go inside. Okay, don't pull too tight, so you should be able to see the beads. So the last row, the beads are standing up, and the rows before, the beads are in a donut position. Okay, and then what I need to do again, because I ran my thread through the beads, through the rope, not through the beads, and I need to run it back. And again, making sure I don't run it through any of the beads, except this time when I run it through, I need to run it through the last bead I crocheted into. And so here's my bead that is standing up, and right underneath it there's the last bead I crocheted into, and I will run my work through it. Okay, so you will see the bead, the last bead I crocheted is over here, right on the left from the last bead I crocheted into, and I pull it. If you see the thread too much, I would redo it. So at first it takes a little bit of a practice. Okay, so here you go. See, we need to push the beads a little bit. Okay, so now I'm holding the beads because I did a pattern. So you have to make sure when you connect a rope where there is a pattern, you have to make sure that you completely completed all the pattern. So when you put the beads together, two ends together, there is a pattern still going on, and it's not broken or anything. So okay, so I'm holding the part where I finished like this. Then I'm going from right to left into the first bead I crocheted where I started. Okay, see, like this. I pull it. Okay. Then over here I will put the needle into the first bead that is not crocheted, from right to left again, and I pull. Okay, so these two beads, you see that the pattern continues. These two beads are together. You pull it, but don't pull it too tight. Again, the next bead where you started, you go from right to left. It is very tiny. Okay. Okay. Next bead where they are in a standing position, from right to left. Once you do it, the bead goes into the donut position. I pull again. Okay, you keep twisting. Again, going into the next bead from right to left where you started. In my case, I recommend starting with the rope that has like this 6 beads and 3 different colors, so you know where to go. Go from right to left, then in the top part, again from right to left, and the bead is going again from the standing position into the donut position, right, left, and you keep pulling, but not too tight. Again, next 4th bead where you started. It's a little bit from right to left, sorry. Pull. Again, the same bead on the top, that is in a standing position, from right to left. So you see it is now in standing, like this position. Now if I do it right, from right to left, under the thread, it will go into the, okay, here you go, it is in the donut position. And I have 2 more beads left. Okay, I will go into my 5th bead where in the first row, it's like a light transparent blue color I have here. So it is, okay, going from right to left. And again, the same bead on the top, the same color bead, again from the standing into the donut position. So you're going under, move left, from right to left.